Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface with another World of Warcraft secret. You've been asking for them, well, you've got one, so Merry Christmas. Now, I'm in Orgrimmar, outside the entranceway, the instanced entranceway to the Brawl'gar Arena. Now, from what I can recall, the arena arrived in Cataclysm as an actual physical PvP arena, and then, of course, it was converted in Mists of Pandaria into the Brawl'gar Arena that we know here, the actual single-player PvE experience. And it's a big place, and this is why it's instance, because look at the seats at the top. They really spread out. You've got the airship going round as well. It's a really kind of cool area. But go to the back and go to these barrels right here. Now, I can only do this on a Demon Hunter. I know people just like, why can't you do it on other classes? It's only available to do on a Demon Hunter. And I got to give credit for this secret to Sam E. You know who you are. He's the one that sent me the details of it. So jump onto the cog, and then you need to jump there. Right there. So you need to do your double jump and just let yourself go there. And you'll see why shortly, because look, it just pushes you straight out the map. So all you need to do now is move yourself forward and you'll drop and then glide. Proc your wings, glide down. Lo and behold, you are now in Valley of Honor. You can see the airship still going around. And then you've got the old, technically, well, the outside, I should say, the outside of the new version of the arena. So that's really weird. So if I go out through the back entranceway, this would be a Shara. You can see no foliage, no trees, nothing that actually resembles a Shara whatsoever. But you can head down left or right, and there are, expansive areas for you to go have a look at. Nothing massively exciting, though. It's all just pretty much flat grass, and you will eventually come to the end of the world. So let's just backtrack to Valley of Honor and go through the walkway that leads this into the drag. And then once again, foliage elements have been removed. No tree there. And you can see the relative buildings. But one thing you should notice in the distance there, we'll get back to it shortly, was some construction work. Now, the construction work that you can see on the right-hand side still exists in the game today. Believe it or not. They did not put a big spiky building there, which it looks like it was being tailored for. No, that construction is still actually in the game right now. But do recall the other construction on the other side. So going down now into Cleft of Shadows, looky what we've got here. We actually have a physical instance portal to Ragefire Chasm. Now, sadly, it doesn't work. I was like, ooh. It'd be interesting where that portal would lead. It could maybe take us back outside. And then I realised if I angled the camera in certain ways, I could actually see underneath Orgrimmar 2. Ha! So that is quite an interesting little thing. Going underneath Orgrimmar pre-Cataclysm used to be quite a big thing. You could actually get yourself down there and let's just say we had some Fight Club underground PvP going on there with some Alliance players. Because I was Horde at the time. Now, the exit way one of the exit ways out of Cleft of Shadows, I was quite surprised that it was blocked up. Don't understand why. Considering it just looks like they've removed assets here as opposed to physically blocked assets. And I actually had to get off of a mount and do a little bit of double jumping to get through into Valley of Strength. Which we'll have a proper look at momentarily. But if I just mount back up again, and yes, you can mount up, as you can clearly see once you're in this Orgrimmar version. I'm going round now to the drag again, but on the right-hand side there, you can see that construction work. Now, on the live servers, a physical spiky building exists there, and I think it's got the transmogrifier and stuff like that in it. And there's also a crane asset next to it, but they're gone too. Which is weird about what's stayed in and what's gone when they constructed this. I mean, speaking of gone, the whole of Valley of Strength is gone. Not a single solitary building here. Which is rather fascinating to me, because not only does it show the scope of how big the Valley of Strength actually is, but if you compare this to the Orgrimmar, the classic Orgrimmar versus the current Orgrimmar video that I did a couple of days ago, the classic Orgrimmar has much more undulation. has much more highs and lows compared to what we see now. Flat Azerothians, maybe you're onto something there. You know, until you go to Argus and realise that your planet is actually round, you freaking morons. So what I've done now is I'm now in the sea, by the way. Now, if you are a stalwart of my secret videos, then you'll know there is one thing which almost remains consistent. I say almost because of today's video. And that is, if Blizzard can remove water, they will remove water from instanced areas. Because you can't physically see it, so there's no necessity for it to be there at all. So I am literally running around the sea. This would be the sea if we were on the current version of the game, the uninstanced version of this area. I just find things like that rather fascinating. I mean, of course I understand why they take it out, but I just find it fascinating. So let's jump now to the rear, ladies, the back end of Orgrimmar. And as you can see, the bridge is perfectly intact, how it is on the live version. All the water, again, down below, removed, as you would expect. And going into Valley of Spirits, again, all the water removed. Also the planks, which go across from bit to bit. And all of the trolls. The troll buildings, gone. The whole job lot of them. Just a couple of troll walkways across the top going between the mountainsides. And then if we just continue through, the goblin area again, completely empty. All the pollution, again, just vanished. And we come back into Valley of Strength. But hello, what's this, Hall of Champions or something like that? If you go inside here, yeah, it is complete. We actually have our tables and chairs and whatnot. I just like stuff like that. This is, again, prime RP stuff. For people who just want to do something a little bit different, maybe. There's something like you could make up some stories. The Alliance did, when they sieged Orgrimmar, actually do something. You know? Or even when the Horde sieged Orgrimmar, something actually happened as apart from one fight. So I decided then, are the lifts operational? Can I get to the top? And lo and behold, the lift came down. And I was like, wow. I just didn't actually expect. I was going to end the video there. And I just didn't actually expect the lifts to be functioning in this Orgrimmar. I just thought it'd be something that Blizzard didn't have to have, so they wouldn't have even implemented them. But no, you can go all the way to the top. And of course, we have the buildings. And we actually have the walkways, which lead to the other sides. More interestingly, well, at least I found this interesting, notice the waterfall. But this is cheeky, because there's no water in the waterfall. You can see the waterfall effect, but if you go down to Valley of Wisdom, which I did do, but I haven't recorded it, but if you went down to the Valley of Wisdom, there would be no water there. It would literally just be the waterfall hitting and then dispersing into nothing. So the actual waterfall effect is very cleverly constructed. So I never really knew that. I always kind of like thought the flow of water would be the same. And then you can go all the way round to the back here, the training area. You've got stuff to have a little peekaboo. So there is lots of interesting stuff for you to play with here. But here, look, water. Oh my God. They actually put some water in. There is no need for that water to be there. And yet, one of the very few times Blizzard leave water in. There you go. I mean, some people might be thinking, what the hell is this guy smoking? He's getting excited about water. When you've done as many secret videos as I have, and you kind of start to get an understanding about how Blizzard constructs stuff in instances and what they keep and what they need to take away and such, it is fascinating when they leave water in. And then you can just go across to all the other elevated areas of this section. I can get across the other side if I want to as well. But look at all this. Just absolutely crazy. But hark, there is something even more weird about today's secret video. And if I go right to the far right hand side and then follow it round the top area, going now back into Valley of Honor, I will start to clip back in to the instanced Brawl'gar Arena. Now, if you just hold yourself steady, don't panic, hold yourself steady, and then just crawl around to the right-hand side until you get to the external view of the Brawl'gar Arena. Dismount, jump, glide, and then lo and behold, hello, we are back inside the instance, and Blizzard, shh, they're none the wiser. So there we go, that is how you can escape Brawl'gar Arena and go to an empty Orgrimmar. Sam E., thank you so much indeed for sending this to me. I thought it was really good fun to do. So I hope you enjoyed the vid, folks. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links, they're in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.